that pivot there. From here onward, what's your best option for walking this down? Not just moving average. The combo, right? The moving average is for a combo. Right? So you can do this. Now I would say that
my skin is sensitive, so when I shave, I trust Venus. New Venus Comfort Line Sensitive Razor, Protective Aloe, for enhanced protection against itchiness and irritation, and for more sensitive skin builder, try Venus for pubic hair and skin. My skin, my way. Venus.
You're right, Mum.
If heartburn hits, have the ready.
now I would say that 13 can be used here. So now you're moving averaging, okay, big bar, and then moving average crosses. You're back to moving average and then big bar. Moving average crosses. But here, you see how this accelerates away? That's what I get out. Does that make sense? Accelerate away from that moving average. You gotta take profits on that. Right? Or if you start accelerating away, you can just start bar by barring out. Or here you start, oh whoa, I'm accelerating bar by bar out. Yeah, and sometimes you get scared or it snaps it back on you. Yeah, but that's what the big bar stop is going to prevent from happening. You see, as long as the stop can't take out its big bars, it ain't snapping back. You understand? So, this is the greatest sign that your trend is healthy. Big bars are not even flirted with. There's not even flirting with a big bar. There's no move back up into the bar's range. There's no stalling. There's red bar and follow for the most part. And the other thing is when your railroad tracks break, so if you look at your 13 and you look at your stop here, it's almost like this parallel, like until here where it breaks sharply. That breaking sharply, now you can really snap back. If anything I teach you to do on the 2 is applicable on the 5 as well. Yeah, you can do it on the 5. Very slow motion trade, but yeah, that moving average would have to be tighter on the 5 though. So you go to the 8. But same thing here. 13 versus 8 is some pivot, right? So I'll show you. So if we take this away, is your 20 relevant? No. How do we know if a moving average is relevant? That the pauses and pullbacks come near, it's not the touch. But whatever one it's coming near to is the relevant one. So you've got 3 choices, 20, 13, 8. Nothing is coming near to your 20. So it must be the next one down. I can tell you right now the 8 is crossing. That seems very clear to me that it's not the 8. So, boom. Now we're coming near. And it doesn't have to touch. Just can't be too much space between. I know I'm looking at a 5, but I want to show you, using the 5, this concept. You see how in the latter part of yesterday, XOM is rising. So I said, this means
Yeah, I'm
that
cooking.
this gap is breaking this, which gives it higher odds of running, continuing. This is an igniting gap. All right, that's an igniting gap. Igniting gaps can run, as opposed to an exhaustion gap. An exhaustion gap would be late day Exxon drops, closes near the low, and then gaps in. So it's almost like it's one last fell swoop to continue what was going on. This is an exhaustion gap. It's oversold in most cases. This is an igniting gap, which means that it's just starting a brand new direction. So you should be aware of which gap, if your stocks are gapping, what gaps are they? Are they continuing what the latter part of the day was doing? Or is the gap changing something? Does this make sense? So yeah, these things can give you a decent little break with your gap scenarios. Now, if you think of it in terms of people, right? Even in terms of people, guys, if my stock has been running into the close, traders who hold overnight, there's millions of them, guys. Traders that hold overnight, they're in profit from at least the latter part of the day. Then the next morning, they don't have to suffer through the stock going moving up there over time. They get the extra gain without any effort instantly. So think of what this does to their profitability from the first second of the day. This is what creates the traders who may have gotten in here. It creates an instant profit-taking opportunity. That's why it's an exhaustion gap, which a lot of times reverses itself. The traders are hoping that the market's closed out. The traders are hoping that it opens here, but instead it opens there. Now look at the gain that was lost that they had. You see? And this can follow through as they don't want to lose this part. So they start selling. Does that make sense? See the gain and see the loss. Now they start selling not to lose the rest. You know, after the first minute, you can get in. That's early. There's a lot of minutes in the day. If you're getting in after the first minute, that's still super early. It's not necessary to improve on simple moving averages. It's not necessary to tweak them. It's not necessary to gain an additional edge. None of that's necessary. Mainly because moving averages are an area. And that's the first thing I want to talk to you about today. These are basics. These are basic but very powerful things I need you to revisit and get yourself reacquainted to. Moving averages are areas. That's the first thing I want you to understand. Let's say I have a 20 period moving average here. All right? That's a 20-period moving average. Now, that moving average in reality is not a skinny line. That moving average is a zone. So it has a little zone above it, and it has a little zone beneath it. So, in a way, the moving average serves as the vertebrae that runs through the 20-period moving average zone. It's sort of like the spine of the 20-period moving average. The chart only shows you the spine. It doesn't show you the body that the spine supports. The chart, when you put the 20 on there, is only showing you the spine. It's not showing you the body. The body of the 20-period moving average is more like represented by the yellow that I've drawn here. So there's a difference between bending a moving average like the 20. This would be like bending the moving average, bending but not breaking. The other concept regarding moving averages is that they lead the way most of the time, not 100% of the time, but a vast majority of the time. So let's say 85% of the time, let's use that number. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's more or less 85%. 85% of the time,
Is it cold?
The 20-period moving average
Yeah.
in particular leads the way, which means that you should be trading in the direction of the 20-period moving average. So if your 20-period moving average is pointing or trending upward, your play should be upward, not downward. I would say that the vast majority of traders' losses are due to breaking this rule. Not that there aren't exceptions, but when you make it a practice of trading against the 20-period moving average, you are already swimming upstream. You've already got gravity and nature's laws working against you. All right? When you try to find a buy here just because there's green, when you try to find a buy here, you are fighting nature. You're fighting all the laws of the universe. That's concept one. Concept two, we should be trading in the direction of the 20-period moving average the vast majority of the time. So when you're heading down, the point of the simply when the red eliminate green, right at this green is eliminated right at that point. When does this green cluster, here's a green, here's a green, sorry, here's a green. When does green get eliminated by red? Right here. Here's a green. When does this green get eliminated by red? Right here. So let's find all the points here. So we've got three concepts here, right? We've got, let's write them down. We've got moving averages are zones. They're not skinny lines. Okay. 2, trade